Inaugural Handicap. Number 1, Royal Sovereign, is owned by the Vessel Stallion Farm and trained by Blane Schvaneveldt, the jockey Juan Limon. Number 2, Aqua Treasure, is owned by James W. Ledgerward and trained by Jesse Maldonado, the rider John Krager. Number 3, Bex Bolero, owned by Marjorie Rogers and trained by Lawrence Britos Jr., Henry Garcia in the saddle. Number 4, Winning Guarantee, is owned by Alfonso Gonzalez and trained by Cesar Dominguez, being handled by Kip Didericksen. Number 5, Cian Sumpen, is owned by Henry W. Turk and trained by Charles Treese, the jockey Carlos Aguilar. Here is number 6, Max Leinster Band, who is owned by Thomas Barnes and trained by Brian Coroner. The jockey is Ralph Seville. Number 7 is Turnpoint, who is owned by R. Teichgraber and D. Toll and trained by Blane Schwaneveldt, the rider James Lackey. Number 8 is I'm a Lark, owned by Jill or William Charvet and trained by H.L. Hooper, Steve Treasure in the irons. Your current favorite is number 9, Golden Rustler, owned by Lionel A. Valenzuela and trained by Connie Hall, the jockey Eddie Garcia. And rounding out the field is number 10, Power Train, who is owned by Sylvia Pittman and Phoenix Shaw, the trainer Blane Schwaneveldt, and the jockey Ramon Figueroa. Post time for the 9th race in 7 minutes. They're all on the gate. And away they go. From down along the inside, Aqua Treasure came away well, but so did Golden Rustler, who's cruising up on the outside. Royal Sovereign also right there, and Max Leinster Band. Golden Rustler, Max Leinster Band, Winning Guarantee also closing. Golden Rustler on the outside has the lead. And we have a number 6, Max Leinster Band running second. Number 4, Winning Guarantee finishing third. Number 1, Royal Sovereign was fourth. Now down in the winner's circle to present a blanket to the winning owner of this year's inaugural handicap. Representing the Inland Machine Company is Dan and Sandy Dorff. And presenting a trophy to the winning owner of the inaugural handicap is Mr. Spencer L. Childers, the president of Quarter Racing Incorporated. And now in the winner's circle is number 9, Golden Rustler. Golden Rustler is owned by Lionel A. Valenzuela and trained by Connie Hall, the winning jockey Eddie Garcia. That's a double tonight for the owner, trainer, and rider. Golden Rustler, a 6-year-old by Bahia All, out of Dusty Nurse. The winning time for the 350 yards is 17.77 seconds. The ninth race is now official. Number 9, Golden Rustler, the winner. Number 6, Max Leinster Band running second. Number 4, Winning Guarantee finishing third. The winning $2 exacta combination, numbers 9 and 6. The exacta returns $16.40. We're now going to go down to the winner's circle for an interview with the winning trainer and winning jockey of number 9, Golden Rustler. And interviewing the jockey and trainer, our Director of Publicity here at Bay Meadows, Mr. John Petty.
Well, this evening's ninth race, the inaugural handicap, now official. And the winner is the favorite, Golden Rustler. I'm down here with jockey Eddie Garcia and trainer Connie Hall. Well, Eddie, tell us about the race.
Well, the horse broke real good. And like 300 yards, I know I had it easy. I can go pretty handy. But we're going to go with a lot of horses. We're going to go 400 yards in this one, in the Peninsula. And that's what I want to say my horse.
Well, Eddie, about a week ago, we stood right here in the afternoon, and you said you'd win this race.
Well, I'll probably win the Peninsula, too.
Well, congratulations, Eddie Garcia. We'll send you back to the jocks room. And now Connie Hall. Well, Connie, it took a while for this horse to get started at Los Alamitos, but here at Bay Meadows, a win first time out.
Well, he's a really nice horse. He wants to run, and he just wants to do his job, and that makes my job easy.
Well, Eddie says the Peninsula Handicap. Are you aiming for that race?
Well, let's see how the horse comes back, and we'll plan then.
Well, thank you, jockey Eddie Garcia and trainer Connie Hall, the winner of the inaugural handicap, Golden Rustler.
Thank you, John. Now turning ahead to the 10th race. They're all in the gate. And away they go. Fusion Illusion came away the best, well-informed in point system, and Modest also right there. Fusion Illusion on the outside, going along strongly, well-informed, comes up to challenge. Down along the inside with Modest in the middle of the track. Fusion Illusion on the outside, well-informed, down along the inside. Fusion Illusion. And now returning to the winner's circle is number 6, Fusion Illusion. Fusion Illusion is owned by Felipe Tiscareno and trained by Cesar Dominguez. And getting a riding double here this evening is jockey Kip Didericksen. Fusion Illusion is a 3-year-old filly by Toltac out of Summer Starlet. The fourth race is now official. Number 6, Fusion Illusion, the winner. Your winning daily triple combination returns $32.40. We have no electronic time for that fourth race. There's no electronic time for the fourth race. Let's now go down to the winner's circle for an interview with the winning trainer and winning jockey and our director of publicity, John Petty.
This evening's fourth race official, the winner Fusion Illusion, the first division of the PCQHRA Derby Trials. I'm down here with jockey Kip Didericksen and trainer Cesar Dominguez. Well, Kip, tell us about the race.
She broke good, and she's wanting to run in. Next time that she runs, I think I can get a little more run out of her because I didn't know her that well this time, and next time I'll know that she'll want to run in.
Is this your first time on her?
Yes, it is. I worked her one morning, but they told me not to let her run much, so I didn't really know her that good until now.
Well, a nice win there. Now the leading trainer at the 1990 Bay Meadows meet, Cesar Dominguez. And Cesar, this horse ran great tonight.
She ran a good race, but usually, she runs good on her trials, and they keep saying that she's the type of filly that don't come back in the finals. But every time she's come back in the finals, the better horses beat her. But I think the way she ran today, she'll be very tough to beat next time in the finals.
Well, I'm sure we'll see both of these guys down in the winner's circle often at the 1991 Bay Meadows meet.
Barry, the jockey is Joe Meier. Number 2 is White Ice, who is being handled by Steve Treasure. Number 3 is Calitissima, the rider James Lackey. Roman Figueroa rides number 4, Salzburg. Number 5, Juras White, and the jockey is Danny Cardoza. Number 6, Dear William, Jim Lewis in the irons. Post time for the fifth race in 7 minutes. They're all in the gate. Dear William getting a little nervous on the outside there. And away they go. And Goodberry flew away from the gates, goes to the front with White Ice racing in second, Calitissima in third, but Goodberry absolutely cruising out there on the lead. White Ice and Calitissima, but Goodberry still full of run. White Ice trying to come after him, but you can circle number 1, Goodberry, in a runaway. And now returning to the winner's circle is number 1, Goodberry. Goodberry is owned by Dutch Masters III and trained by Bob Baffert. The winning jockey is Joe Meier. Goodberry, a 3-year-old gelding by Barrymore out of Chickpad Go. Winning time for the 400 yards, 20.06 seconds. The fifth race is now official. Number 1, Goodberry, the winner. Number 2, White Ice, finishing second. Number 5, Juras White, running third. The winning $2 exacta combination, numbers 1 and 2. The exacta returns $21 even. We now go down to the winner's circle for an interview with the winning jockey. Aboard Goodberry, Joe Meier. Once again to our publicity director, John Petty.
Well, this evening's fifth race, a very easy win for Goodberry. I'm down here with jockey Joe Meier, and boy, that was easy.
Well, the colt, he broke pretty good, and he run hard all the way. First time he's ever run 400 yards before, and I really didn't know how he'd handle it, but he seemed to do pretty good, and he never weakened on me any while we was running. He pricked his ears a little bit leaving the gate and kind of stumbled and broke out a little bit, but that's his first race in quite a while, so he'll be all right.
Well, this horse ran very well in the Ed Burke Memorial Futurity Trials, the fastest qualifier, and then came back, had some problems in the final.
Yeah, he stumbled real bad and grabbed the quarter, and a horse on the inside lugged out pretty bad and got in front of him, threw some dirt in his face, and he never really had a clean shot in that race, but he still got up and run pretty good, even considering all that happened to him in that race.
Well, thank you, Joe Meier, and the trainer on this one is Bob Baffert, perhaps watching the race this evening at Los Alamitos.
City Handicap. Number 1 is E.J. Mido Bunny McKay. Owned by Ronnie S. Keller and trained by Blane Schvaneveldt. The jockey tonight is James Lackey. Here's your favorite and a 4-time Grade 1 stakes winner, number 2, Takin on the Cash. Last year's Bay Meadows Futurity winner is owned by Felipe Tiscareno and trained by Cesar Dominguez. The jockey is Kip Didericksen. Here is number 3, Gallego Special, owned by Edward C. Allred and trained by Bruce Hawkinson, the rider Danny Cardoza. Number 4, BF First Lean, is owned by the Liston Aluminum Brick Company Incorporated and trained by Marshall Farrell. The jockey is Eddie Garcia. Number 5, Shawnee's Diamond, is owned by the Meadow Creek Ranch and trained by Russell Harris. In the saddle, jockey Steve Treasure. Number 6, My Escalon, is owned by Margaret Leard and trained by Brett Lane. The rider, Jim Lewis. And number 7, Zesty Rerun, is owned by Betty Cott and trained by Dennis Eakins. The jockey is John Krager. Post time for tonight's 8th race in 9 minutes. Krager's back up. And away they go. E.J. Mido Bunny McKay came away on top with Gallego Special. Now Takin on the Cash begins to accelerate, and Zesty Rerun's right there on the outside. Zesty Rerun with Takin on the Cash, and Gallego Special Takin on the Cash. Zesty Rerun's running a big race on the outside. Takin on the Cash and Zesty Rerun. The Cash is the unofficial winner. Number 7, Zesty Rerun finishing second. Number 4, BF First Lean running third. Number 3, Gallego Special was fourth. And now down in the winner's circle to present a blanket to the winning owner of the Foster City Handicap is Claire Baisley, representing the Women Behind Racing. The blanket for tonight's Foster City Handicap being sponsored by Western Saddlery, who is also one of our program sponsors for the current quarter horse season. Presenting a trophy to the winning owner of the Foster City Handicap is Mr. Anthony Zittich, Secretary and Director for the Peninsula Quarter Horse Racing Association. And now returning to the winner's circle, in his final prep for the Golden State Derby trials, the multiple stakes winner, number 2, Takin on the Cash. Last year's Bay Meadows Futurity winner is owned by Felipe Tiscareno and trained by Cesar Dominguez. Getting a riding double tonight is jockey Kip Didericksen. Takin on the Cash is a 3-year-old colt by Dash for Cash out of Take You On. The winning time for the 350 yards is the fastest of the season, 17.69 seconds. The 8th race is now official. Number 2, Takin on the Cash, the winner. Number 7, Zesty Rerun finishing second. Number 4, BF First Lane running third. The winning $2 exacta combination of numbers 2 and 7. The exacta returns $11.20. In tonight's 9th race, to be run at 350 yards, we offer both $2 trifecta and $2 quinella wagering. Again, the $2 trifecta taking place on tonight's 9th race, and there are no changes. Post time for the upcoming 9th race in 18 minutes. We're now going to go down to the winner's circle area. Our Director of Publicity, John Petty, will be interviewing the winning jockey and winning trainer of Takin on the Cash. I'll now turn it over to John.
All right, the Foster City Handicap now official. The favorite, Takin on the Cash, gets the job done. I'm down here with jockey Kip Didericksen, trainer Cesar Dominguez. Well, Kip, it wasn't that easy this evening.
No, I didn't expect it to be. I expected to win, but I didn't think it would be easy.
Where were you in the race? On the lead?
No, early he broke a little sluggish, and then after I got to getting after him, he made a big run at him, and I think he needs the race too. I think he'll run a better race next time.
All right, Kip, we'll send you back to the jocks room for the next race. And now, Cesar, well, I know you have your eyes on a bigger prize.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't going to run him. I was going to bring him in from works, but I'm glad I did because I was not impressed with his race. But he won, and that's the main thing.
Okay, so next, the Golden State Derby trials.
Right, that's June the 8th. And then after that, if everything goes all right, we're going to Cardoza Downs.
Okay, you heard it from down here. The 8th race, the Foster City Handicap, now official.
Jose Handicap. Beginning with your defending champion and a 3-time stakes winner here last year, number 1 Sable's Defender, who is owned by Spencer L. Childers and trained by Darren Charlton, the jockey Lute Proctor. The other part of the entry, number 1A Champ Stuff, also owned by Spencer L. Childers and trained by Darren Charlton, Jim Lewis in the irons. Number 2 is Salin Whalen, who is owned by Dick and Betty Whalen, the trainer Betty Whalen, the jockey Steve Burns. Number 3 is Speedy Lunch, who is owned by P.J. Marquesano and Victor Rodas, the trainer Brian Coroner, the jockey Ralph Pauline. Scratch number 4. Number 5, Genuine Article, is owned by Michael Taylor and trained by H.L. Hooper, the rider Joe Meier. Number 6 is Shake 6, owned by the Stripsky Enterprises and trained by Bob Baffert. The jockey is Kip Didericksen. And number 7, Rascoon, owned by Veldon W. Berman and trained by Dennis Eakins. The rider is Carlos Arias. And away they go. Speedy Lunch shows good speed and heads off for the lead with Salin and Whalen. There goes the favorite Sable's Defender going right after Speedy Lunch. Shake 6 showing a lot more speed than normal. He's right there just a half length off those leaders. And Rascoon comes from the outside, now moving into 4th. Dropping back is Champ Stuff in 5th with Salin Whalen and Genuine Article. As they come to the head of the stretch, Sable's Defender between horses, but Shake 6 moving up dangerously in the middle of the track, and Speedy Lunch down along the inside. They come inside the final 1/8 of a mile. Sable's Defender, the defending champion, and Shake 6 are going to make this a 2-horse race. Sable's Defender with his head in front, but Shake 6 comes up on the outside. Now Shake 6 sticks a nose in front of Sable's Defender. These two going heads and noses apart. And number 3, Speedy Lunch, finishing 3rd. Now down in the winner's circle, making a blanket presentation to the winning owner of the San Jose Handicap. Representing the Cesar Dominguez stables is Cesar Dominguez, the leading trainer here at Bay Meadows last year. Making the trophy presentation for the San Jose Handicap is Mr. Chuck Balin, our man from San Jose, the supervisor of the Santa Clara facility. And Chuck extends a warm welcome to all of his satellite fans in San Jose here this evening. And now returning to the winner's circle is number 6, Shake 6. Shake 6 is owned by the Stripsky Enterprises and trained by Bob Baffert. The winning jockey is Kip Didericksen. Shake 6, a 4-year-old gelding by Streakin' 6, out of Shake It To 'em. The winning time for the 870 yards is 45.31 seconds. The 10th race is now official. Number 6, Shake 6, the winner. Number 1, Sable's Defender, finishing second. And number 3, Speedy Lunch, running third. The winning $2 exacta combination, numbers 6 and 1, $17.60. The winning daily triple numbers of 7, 3, and 6, $1,061. Here's the field for tonight's PCQHRA Breeders Derby. Number 1, Modest, is owned by Ed Colette Lisenby and trained by Dennis Eakins. The jockey is Steve Treasure. Number 1A, Honor Meridoc, also owned by Ed Colette Lisenby and trained by Dennis Eakins. G.R. Carter in the irons. The third part of the entry, number 1B, Calitissima, owned by Ed Colette Lisenby and trained by Dennis Eakins. James Lackey, the rider. Number 2 is Well Informed, who is owned by Kenneth McReynolds and trained by Blane Schvaneveldt. The jockey is Ramon Figueroa. Number 3, Goodberry, owned by Dutch Masters III and trained by Bob Baffert. The rider, Joe Meier. Number 4, White Ice, owned by Barney Lear Jr. and trained by Brett Lane. Lute Proctor, the rider. Number 5 is Fusion Illusion, who is owned by Felipe Tiscareno and trained by Cesar Dominguez, being handled by Kip Didericksen. Number 6 is Dear William, who is owned by Nancy H. Dixon, the trainer Darren Charlton, and the jockey is Jim Lewis. Number 7 is Jure is White, owned by Edward C. Allred and trained by Bruce Hawkinson, the rider Danny Cardoza. Number 8 is Point System, who is owned by Dan and Stella Dorff and trained by John Cooper, being handled by Henry Garcia. They're all on the gate. And away they go. Fusion Illusion came away nicely, but so did Well Informed down along the inside. These are the two battling it out with Goodberry racing in third and Dear William. Fusion Illusion coming up on the outside. Well Informed right there down along the inside now. Well Informed sticks his head in front. Fusion Illusion is going to be Well Informed. Now in the winner's circle to make the blanket presentation to the winning owner of the PCQHRA Breeders Derby is Mr. Brian Masters, the general manager of the Pacific Coast Quarter Horse Racing Association. Making the trophy presentation here this evening is David Bloom, the president of the Pacific Coast Quarter Horse Racing Association. And now returning to the winner's circle is number 2, Well Informed. Well Informed is owned by Kenneth McReynolds and trained by Blane Schwaneveldt. The winning jockey is Ramon Figueroa. That's a double tonight for Schwaneveldt and Figueroa. Well Informed is a 3-year-old gelding by Band of Azure out of American Policy. The winning time for the 400 yards is 19.79 seconds. The 10th race is now official. Number 2, Well Informed, the winner. Number 5, Fusion Illusion running second. Number 4, White Ice finishing third. The winning $2 exacta combination numbers 2 and 5. The exacta returns $27.20. Winning daily triple numbers of 1, 1, and 2, $217.40. We now go down to the winner's circle. An interview with the winning trainer and winning jockey. I'll turn the microphone over to our publicity director, John Petty.
Well, congratulations go out to jockey Ramon Figueroa and trainer Blane Schvaneveldt. The PCQHRA Breeders Derby goes to Well Informed. Ramon, tell us about the race.
I had a super trip. Had no problems. It was just a nice race.
Well, where were you all the way? Were you on the lead?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, a nice race. You've been on this horse twice now and ran good in the trials.
It was his first time under the lights, and that race might have helped him come back.
All right, let's turn now to the perennial leading trainer, Blane Schvaneveldt. Well, Blane, this horse comes in from Boise and really runs well second time out here.
Yeah, Kenny had this horse in Boise, and he ran him one time up there. He came here real good, and he ran a good race in the trials, you know, but he kind of bowled away from there, not like he did tonight. He got away better tonight.
Well, no mistakes tonight, and do you have a plan for this horse in the future?
Well, we got him in the Boise Derby, and Kenny will probably take him back up there, and then we'll take him to Los Alamitos.
Okay, congratulations once again to jockey Ramon Figueroa and trainer Blane Schvaneveldt. They take the PCQHRA Breeders Derby with Well Informed.
In tonight's 11th and final race, scratch number 2, Gary's Best. Here are the horses for the California Breeders' Championship. Number 1 is Murgy's Kip, who is owned by John or Marguerite Smith and trained by Frank Montleone. In the saddle, jockey Eddie Garcia. Number 2 is Signature Sue, who is owned by Virgie McVeigh and trained by Blane Schwaneveldt, the jockey Ramon Figueroa. Number 3, Royal Sovereign, is owned by the Vessel Stallion Farm and also trained by Blane Schwaneveldt. The rider tonight is Juan Limon. Your high weight number 4, Waymaker, is owned by Edward C. Allred and trained by Bruce Hawkinson. This horse, who's won more than $600,000, being ridden by Danny Cardoza. Number 5 is Woodstock Lad, who is owned by Martha or Dwayne Wells and trained by Dwayne Wells. The jockey is Kip Didericksen. Number 6 is Cian Sumpin, who is owned by Henry W. Turk and trained by Charles Treese. The rider, John Krager. Number 7, Max Leinster Band, owned by Thomas H. Barnes and trained by Brian Coroner. The jockey is Ralph Seville. And number 8 is Starlit Secret, owned by Ramon Arroyo and trained by Blane Schwaneveldt. The rider, James Lackey. Number 8, Starlit Secret, the last one to go in. They're all in the gate. And away they go. And Waymaker came away super and heads off for the lead. Royal Sovereign and Murgy's Kip are also right there. Coming up on the far outside is Starlit Secret and Woodstock Lad. Waymaker out there moving strongly on the lead with Woodstock Lad. Murgy's Kip down along the inside, but Waymaker in top form tonight. He's going to blow him away. And ladies and gentlemen, please hold all tickets. The stewards are conducting an inquiry into the start of the 10th race. Please hold all tickets. This is a steward's inquiry involving the start of the 10th race. Please hold all tickets. Now in the winner's circle to present both a blanket and trophy to the winning owner of the California Breeders' Championship are John and Carol Cooper. John and Carol Cooper, the owners of the winner of last year's California Breeders' Championship, Chingaderos, who has recently been retired. Of course, John Cooper has been a top trainer in California for many years. And now in the winner's circle is number 4, Waymaker. Waymaker is owned by Edward C. Allred and trained by Bruce Hawkinson. The winning jockey is Danny Cardoza. Waymaker, a 4-year-old gelding by Meridoc out of Separate Ways. The winning time for the 400 yards, 19.79 seconds. Again, we have a steward's inquiry into the start of the 10th race. Please hold all tickets. And now introducing the field for the Hayward Overnight Handicap. Number 1, 4 to the 4, owned by Denny's Waters and trained by Connie Hall. The jockey is Eddie Garcia. Number 2 is Rich Judy, who is owned by Tony McKenzie and trained by Frank Montleone. In the saddle, jockey Kip Didericksen. Number 3, Las Vegas Die, is owned by Robert E. Young and trained by Barry Woodhouse. The jockey, G.R. Carter. Here is number 4, Ooh Ya Do, who is owned by Rick Mouse and Larry Mello and trained by Bill Jones. The jockey is Tom White. Number 5, Attainment, is owned and trained by Ross Brenson. And ladies and gentlemen, making his debut here during the Peninsula Quarter Horse Racing Association season, your leading jockey at Golden Gate Fields and the defending champion here at Bay Meadows, Ron Hansen. And completing the field is number 6, Match Star. Your high weight is owned by Clifton McCurley and trained by Frank Montleone. The rider is Ralph Pauline. That's your field for the Hayward Overnight Handicap. Post time in 9 minutes. 2 more to go in. Your current favorite, number 5, Attainment. And now coming up is number 6, Match Star. They're all in the gate. And away they go. And Las Vegas Die shows good speed and heads off for the lead with Rich Judy being pushed up in between horses and 4 to the 4 down along the inside. Ooh Ya Do races in 4th with Attainment. Moving up 5th and on the extreme outside is Match Star. They're moving around the far turn in Las Vegas Die flying out there on the lead. G.R. Carter has Las Vegas Die in front by 4 lengths. Match Star 5 wide coming up on the outside. Down along the inside is 4 to the 4 with Attainment. Caught in tight quarters in between horses. They're in the stretch with 1/8 of a mile to the finish, and Las Vegas Die still has the lead. Out there by 2 lengths now. Match Star coming up on the outside, and 4 to the 4 is closing in between horses, and so is Ooh Ya Do. This one's wide open with Match Star, and the long shot Ooh Ya Do coming on best of all. Ooh Ya Do to win it all. Now down in the winner's circle to make a blanket presentation to the winning owner of the Hayward Overnight Handicap. On behalf of the 4D Ranches, presenting the blanket is Mr. Richard Burns, the general manager of the Hillsdale Inn in San Mateo. And now returning to the winner's circle is number 4, Uyadu. Uyadu is owned by Rick Mouse and Larry Mello and trained by William Jones, the winning jockey Tom White. Uyadu, a 6-year-old mare by Drew Illy out of Ooh La La. The winning time for the 870 yards is 46.59 seconds. The 6th race is now official. Number 4, Uyadu, the winner. With number 6, Match Star running second. Number 1, 4 to the 4, finishing third. The winning $2 exacta combination of numbers 4 and 6. The exacta is worth $95.20. Here are your horses for the first Golden State Derby trial. A 4-time Grade 1 stakes winner is number 1, Takin on the Cash. Owned by Felipe Tiscareno and trained by Cesar Dominguez. The meet's leading jockey, Kip Didericksen, in the saddle. Number 1A, Streak and Dolly, is also owned by Felipe Tiscareno and trained by Cesar Dominguez. The jockey is Ralph Seville. Number 2, Inspired Angel, is owned by Robert W. Moore and trained by Bob Gilbert. G.R. Carter in the saddle. Number 3 is Shawnee's Diamond, who is owned by the Meadow Creek Ranch of Chuck Albrecht and trained by Russell Harris. The rider, Steve Treasure. Number 4, Elmer T. Jones, is owned by the Liston Aluminum Brick Company and trained by Marshall Farrell. The jockey is Henry Garcia. Number 5 is Little Doc Mason, who is owned by Carol or Edward D. Nike and trained by Jimmy Williams. The jockey, Eddie Garcia. Number 6 is Raised to Perfection, who is owned by Harvey L. Pickens and trained by Blane Schvaneveldt. Lute Proctor in the saddle. Number 7 is Susie's Girl Sally, who is owned by Mac Murray and trained by Dennis Eakins. James Lackey, the rider. Number 8, House Special, the winner of the La Primera Delano Derby, owned by Edward C. Allred and trained by Bruce Hawkinson. Danny Cardoza in the irons. And number 9 is Kidadash, who is owned by Joe Muniz and trained by Connie Hall. The rider is John Krager. They're all on the gate. Number 6, Raised to Perfection, delaying the start. And away they go. Taking on the Cash, came away well, so did Little Doc Mason. Also right there in the middle of the track. Moving up comes Elmer T. Jones. That's Taking on the Cash with the lead. On the far outside comes House Special. Kidadash is also coming on strongly. Taking on the Cash with Kidadash putting in a big run. House Special's coming on fast. Taking on the Cash. Number 8, House Special, finishes second. Number 9, Kidadash, running third. Number 5, Little Doc Mason, was fourth. And number 6, Connie, may have found her winning level at $2,500 when defeating a pretty easy group of maidens in her last start, but she did it convincingly, and again used the services of Jockey. Tonight's 8th race has been named for the Fremont Babe Ruth. We now welcome the group to Bay Meadows this evening. Now returning to the winner's circle, victorious in the first division of the Golden State Derby trials, number 1, Takin on the Cash. Takin on the Cash is owned by Felipe Tiscareno. A triple tonight for trainer Cesar Dominguez, giving him 6 wins in 2 nights. A riding double for jockey Kip Didericksen. Takin on the Cash, a 3-year-old colt by Dash for Cash, out of Take You On. The winning time for the 440 yards is 21.73 seconds. Looking at the top contenders in tonight's 6th race, we'll highlight on number 2, DK Lane, the number 4 horse, Minnehaha, and the number 6 horse. The 8th race, now official. Number 1, Takin on the Cash, the winner. Number 8, House Special, running second. Number 9, Kidadash, finishing third. The winning $2 exacta combination, numbers 1 and 8. The exacta returning $16.40. In the 9th race, the 2nd division of the Golden State Derby trials, we have $2 trifecta and $2 quinella wagering. There are no changes. Post time in 20 minutes. A correction in the 9th race, numbers 5, 7, and 9 are geldings. Let's now go down to the winner's circle and an interview with the winning jockey, Kip Didericksen, by our publicity director, John Petty.
Well, congratulations go out to jockey Kip Didericksen, trainer Cesar Dominguez, taken on the Cash, going for his 5th Grade 1 stakes victory now. He should advance to the Golden State Derby final very easily with that victory. Well, Kip, what can you tell us about this race?
He ran a lot better. Last time I had to ask him to run. Tonight he ran on his own.
Well, you got the first call out of the gate from Ed Burghardt on the lead all the way?
First couple jumps, there was a horse on the outside and a horse on the inside that were in front of me, but 50 yards out of there, I was in front.
All right, Kip, I have to ask you this. I know you ride Refrigerator, who won the Kansas Derby, and now you're on Takin on the Cash. Can you compare the two?
Yeah, they're both racehorses. They both like to win, and they both do everything right.
Well, congratulations to jockey Kip Didericksen aboard Takin on the Cash in the Golden State Derby trials. Okay, once again, it's time for the $1,000 cash drawing. Ruben Payan, the assistant trainer for Cesar Dominguez, drew the name, and we've got a name here. It is Luis San Bartolome of San Mateo. Luis San Bartolome. You have 5 minutes to report to the winner's circle.
Are the horses for the 2nd division of the Golden State Derby trials. Number 1, Galago Special, owned by Edward C. Allred and trained by Bruce Hawkinson. The jockey is Danny Cardoza. Number 2, Resolutions, is owned by Denise Skane and trained by Charlie Bloomquist. G.R. Carter in the irons. Number 3 is Fusion Illusion, who is owned by Felipe Tiscareno and trained by Cesar Dominguez. The rider Kip Didericksen. Number 4, Social Celebrity, is owned by Robert W. Moore and trained by Bob Gilbert. The rider is Steve Treasure. Number 5, Wealth, is owned by Zori Kuzig and trained by Laura Pinelli. The rider, Joe Meier. Here is number 6, Dash and Missile, owned by Jens List Jr. and trained by Blane Schvaneveldt, the rider James Lackey. Number 7 is Sable's Select, who is owned by Spencer L. Childers and trained by Darren Charlton. The jockey is Jim Lewis. Number 8 is Dash's Dish, who is owned by Ramon S. Arroyo and trained by Blane Schvaneveldt, Roman Figueroa in the irons. Number 9, HD Doc, is owned by R.A. Barber and HD Derby, the trainer Dan Francisco, the jockey John Krieger. And number 10 is Bonafide Pie, owned by Carl Alleman and trained by Chuck Trace. Carlos Aguilar in the saddle. And away they go. Resolutions came away well. Now Fusion Illusion coming up strongly. Right alongside his social celebrity, HD Doc from the far outside. Sable Select and Dash's Dish. Fusion Illusion and Kip Didericksen telling him to come and catch him. Social celebrity coming up, and so is Sable Select on the outside. HD Doc and Bonafide Pie. Fusion Illusion. And now returning to the winner's circle, victorious in the second trial for the Golden State Derby, number 3, Fusion Illusion. It's the same colors of owner Felipe Tiscareno, trainer Cesar Dominguez, and jockey Kip Didericksen. That's 4 wins tonight for Cesar Dominguez, and the hat trick for Kip Didericksen. Fusion Illusion is a 3-year-old filly by Toltec out of Summer Starlet. The winning time for the 440 yards, 21.94 seconds. We have a dead heat for 4th between number 7, Sable's Select, and number 9, HD Doc. Dead heat for 4th between numbers 7 and 9. And the 9th race is now official. Number 3, Fusion Illusion, the winner. Number 4, Social Celebrity running 2nd. Number 10, Bonafide Pie finishing 3rd. Your winning 3-4 Quinella, $23.20. Trifecta winning numbers of 3, 4, and 10, $682.40. Turning now to the 10th race to be run at 350 yards. We begin our $2 late daily double, and we offer $2 exacta wagering, and there are no changes. Post time in 19 minutes. Momentarily, we'll go down to the winner's circle for John Petty's announcement as to who's going to be $2,000 richer.